There's actually been a lot going on. It's almost overwhelming, but I'm getting through it. I'm doing my best to just stay on top of my feelings, stay on top of how other people act. It's been exhausting. It's hard to keep pushing forward when you don't really feel like you're getting better. And even like when I mentally start to feel better, I end up physically getting sick again for about like a week and a half, pushing 2 weeks now. I got sick again. I've been having a hard time eating, hard time going to the bathroom. Just same old same. I lost some of the weight that I had gained. It's I don't even, it's something I don't have words for. You know, everyone always says, just stay positive, do your best, that's all you can do. Which is true, that is all you can do. But what if your best isn't good enough? What if regardless of how much work I put in, nothing will change? Those are the big what ifs that I struggle with every day. And it's usually like a momentary lapse where I'm not being very rational. Because deep down I do know that in order for things to get better, you have to continuously work at it. So I know things will continue to get better, even if it's slowly, because things have already gotten better from the past years. I guess I just thought with all the hard work, you know, being proactive on my feelings, my moods, I guess I thought dealing with the disorder was going to get easier. I thought if I was more aware, more self-aware, that I would get more relief, but I don't know. Sometimes I feel like something's pushing me down. Like there's an aura that has never seemed to leave me. There's just only so much someone can handle. I consider myself to be a pretty strong individual, considering all the things I've been through. But people still have breaking points. I'm just doing my best to stay afloat. The negativity gets old. The fits genuinely are just like, you know they're gonna come, but like even in the middle of it, you're like, you're genuinely like hating the whole thing. You're hating feeling that way, acting that way, looking that way to outside people. You know, it's funny because usually people are like, oh no, it's just Bobby. She's just, it's just Bobby being crazy. But that's just the thing is, everybody makes me feel crazy because my feelings and actions are discredited because you guys don't understand. Oh, it's not that big of a deal, Bobby. Don't freak out. Well, it may not be a big deal to you, but don't tell me whether or not it's a big deal to me. I think it's always been my issue. Don't tell someone whether or not something should be important to them. Don't tell someone to get over something. It's insulting, and don't discredit people's feelings. If someone said you hurt their feelings, you are nobody to say no, I didn't. You may not have intended to do that, but that is how that person felt. Regardless of what you wanted them to feel, what you thought they were going to, it doesn't matter. What matters is how they felt. Period. And don't get me wrong, I know I get a lot of clips that catch my moods, whether I be down, irritable, anxious. I definitely still have my happy moments that are in between. My wife definitely helps with that. I don't, honestly, if I were by myself, I don't think I would be where I am. It was very self-destructive, and she definitely opened my eyes to a lot of things about myself and the world. So I still have my good days. I have my happy moments. And I enjoy them while they last. Not that I don't think I'll have very many of them. I just don't get to enjoy them as long as, my depression or things like that. It's genuinely the little things. I notice all the little things people say or do for me that make me feel some type of way. I'm a work in progress, and that's what I keep telling myself. I've gotten drastically better from childhood and even young adult, but not that I'm still not a young adult. But running around 18, 19, 20, 21, thought I was unstoppable. Guess we all did at one point. Whether it be when we were little kids running around the playground or old enough to start finally drinking and going to those clubs. I thought I was untouchable for a long time. And then it all kind of caught up to me. The lifestyle caught up to me. Sometimes I actually think that's why I have at least the physical problems that I do. I feel like with all the drug use and all the alcohol that I felt like I had just messed up my digestive system. But who knows, right? You live and you learn. I think the main thing that I learned through this process is I have to be extremely strict about my sobriety. sometimes I get really relaxed because I'm so in control, and I don't know, it's like, well, it's a combination of two things. It's that I was so in control that I feel like I can continue to stay in control with how much I want to drink or whatnot. And then I'll start to self medicate with a combination of things. And then the relaxation starts to become careless. And before you know it, I'm in a funk, I'm in a stupor that's extremely hard to get out of. So for me, it's not something I can allow myself to be relaxed with, because it takes a split second for me to lose control, for me to let it take over. So that's been my main goal, if you will, for myself, was to get back on track. Which I have. I've definitely gotten back on track. It's hard to not self-medicate when all this is going on. But I know that in that moment it makes me feel better, but in the long run it messes me up. Like I said, it ends up catching up to me. So deep down I do know that. And I guess sometimes it takes something drastic or dark to kind of open your eyes to that again. It will definitely be hard, but I know it will be worth it. So I'm just going to continue to concentrate on my sobriety and honestly just do my best to stay sane. I feel so much better. I decided to take a little break from all of my extra activities. The vlogging, definitely I stopped concentrating on trying to capture things on camera for the vlog and decided it was just time I needed to work through it, because I saw myself getting to a darker and darker place, and it was just very rapid cycling, if you will. It just seemed so constant. So I really only concentrated on work, my wife, and then myself, obviously, my mental health, my physical health. Mentally, I feel like a whole new person, to be honest with you. And what I did is I just made it a point to stay positive. I found myself, getting frustrated at things or getting sad about situations. And the moment I found myself, thinking like that, I instantly just started thinking of everything positive. Even if, it was hard to find something positive in that specific scenario, even if it took me a half hour to sit there and say 50 different things to find that one positive, once I found the one positive thing, it was a bless you, rascal. It was all in effect after that. It was I I don't even know what to say, really. It's just kind of crazy how quickly things can change, or how dramatically things look. It's nice. It's nice to be able to feel happy, not manic, because usually when I feel happy, I'm manic. That's when I get things done. That's when I get my projects done. But I wasn't in any type of
mood. Like, I wasn't depressed, I wasn't manic, I was happy. I wasn't in an episode. I for the first time in a long time, I just feel so happy. And it's not even like one thing like, oh, I'm happy this happened. I just think about my life and the people I have in it. My wife, she's just so amazing. I honestly couldn't have asked for a better life partner, best friend. It's unbelievable sometimes. I sit here and I'm like, there's no way I'm this lucky. There's no way. And that in itself makes me smile all the time, just having her by my side. And she definitely saved me. She definitely saved me. She helped me figure out how to save myself as well. So I owe her for the rest of my life, which I have no problem doing. But on a side note, I did have a little bit of a hard time. Bless you, Rascal. My grandma just passed not too long ago. We already had the funeral and all of that. And calm down, Rascal. It's always sad to lose someone. Rascal, mamas, it's okay. It's always sad to lose someone. Truly, like, it's just heartbreaking. But she was more than ready to go. She wanted to be at peace. She didn't really feel like she was living. She was just existing at that point, which is understandable. I totally understood how she felt in all the talks we had. I just wanted her to feel comfortable to be able to express those feelings to me. And she would always say, she's like, I have a hot date waiting for me. She was always so positive about it. She was never... She had her moments where she was down. Don't get me wrong. All of us would in that situation. But goodness, you'd walk in and you would just see her smile when she saw you. Sorry. Still a little fresh, but I'm sad she's gone, but I'm happy she's at peace and with her husband. I'm worried about my mom a lot. She's held up really good, and she's got an amazing husband that helps her through it. A great stepdad. They're a great pair. I worry about her, but I know she has her support system, so that helps a lot. We're all healing. We're all getting through it, but we all know that it was something she was ready for, and it was time. So it's kind of a bittersweet moment. We're sad because we miss her. It's different. Holidays are gonna seem a little weird. I think about her a lot. There's not a lot of deaths. Like, all deaths have affected me in some type of way, but it's usually in the moment. Like, it's really sad that someone's gone. But her death kind of lingered with me for a while. And not in a bad way. I keep thinking about all of the great times. Like, I think about my childhood, and I don't not see my grandma. She's in so many memories. It's almost unbelievable. But I feel loved, very loved by her still. I feel her presence with me sometimes. I feel like she's just kind of hanging out, watching over us. So it's tough to miss her, but she had such an amazing life. She really did, and she touched so many people.